This is a video about what the best class combo is for a duo. And I decided to make a separate video for this. I already made a best classes for solos and teams. If you want to check that out, it'll be in the description of this video. But I'm making best class for duos now because I didn't include that in that one, and because duo is a little bit more complicated than the other one. There's no, like, I'm not a believer that there's actually a guaranteed this is the best duo in the game combo. Right now, from my experience playing the game, and I've played like multiple playtests, it seems like there's multiple viable strats for duo gameplay. So it really comes down to what pattern of gameplay you are going to try to capitalize on. Are you going to play like a rat? Are you going to play really aggressive? Are you going to play tactically and like carefully and slow? Like there's a lot of different ones, and we're going to start going through them one by one, and I'm going to help you make your decision about what you, and I'm assuming a friend that you're playing with, can do as a duo in running into 3-man groups in the Forgotten Castle. All right, so first let's just start with rat gameplay. I personally think rat gameplay is fun, so that's always why I started that, but we'll go on to the others ever after this one. So for rat gameplay, there's 3 things that are really, really good for rat gameplay, and that would be double cleric and just hanging out in the plague and just healing each other forever, basically, and just looting outside of the zone, and then coming into the zone last second looking for portals. Like that's a really hilarious one to do. I would love to do that because I've done solo cleric like that, and it's insanely OP for just making insane amounts of money. I literally got like super high rank on the leaderboard last play test playing solo cleric and high rollers. Like it was so funny. Anyway, but yeah, for rat that's good. For rat, double ranger's good because you can clear very easily, and also you can pick people from far away, but you can also run to the plague and eat ranger rations. You both start at the campfire, so you can just like you don't wear at the plague as much just because of the sustain. Double rogue is really good for a duo who wants to play like a rat because you can both hide and just jump up on people and just ambush them suddenly and then run away. And you're so fast, you can open and close doors so fast. It just allows you to go. You don't have to play in the plague then, but you can still also play like a rat really well. And you can support each other. You can throw smoke bombs. You can do all sorts of stuff to support each other and, you know, stay alive and just run away, basically, if you're going to play like a rat. All right, so not everyone wants to play like a rat, though, so let's talk about a different strategy and what is good for it. Okay, so one strategy that you can go with would be something, if you've played World of Warcraft, you're familiar with, which is the old healer and melee combo. So one good duo combo for actually fighting people is to have a cleric along with a fighter or a cleric along with a barbarian. Now, generally, cleric and fighter tends to be better because a fighter can use a bow. So there's scenarios where they have a lot of range damage and you can't actually cross some long hallway to get to them or something. The fighter can just, meet them at ranged, shooting them with the bow, and the cleric just heals them as they take damage in the ranged fight, and you slowly whittle down the other team. And then once they try to run away, then you chase them and hard engage, basically. You can do things like that. The barbarian, you're going to have to rely more on sneaky tactics with a cleric-barbarian duo, assuming you're fighting into actual 3-mans. Because if you get caught in a long hallway, by the time you get to them, you're going to have taken a lot of damage. But it's still not totally unreasonable just because the cleric's backing up the barbarian. So you could run down a hallway, the cleric right behind you, and then as they shoot at the barbarian, hopefully the cleric doesn't get shot and killed on the way up. But then the cleric can just be healing the whole way, and then keep the barbarian up so that he can get there, and then hopefully have enough heals left over and protections and stuff in order to keep the barbarian up as he slays all 3 enemy players. That's one way. Although, I have seen before people succeed with rogue and cleric, but you have to play extra super stealthy ambush like that. And you can't even use, if you're going to do that though, you want to use the cleric as a bait. And then when people go chase the cleric, the rogue just pops up on someone and starts killing them, and the cleric turns around, starts fighting too, and then tries to heal. But it's not as safe and consistent as a melee with a cleric. And while we're still on the topic of using the healer, I have seen people run ranger cleric and have success. And in this case, it's like you play like it kind of goes like playing like the rat. And you can rat really well with the ranger cleric. You can just run to the plague and do whatever, basically. Especially as the ranger starts at the campfire and restores some of the cleric's heals. So it's really insane for rat gameplay. But the thing with the cleric and ranger, what you can do is you can pick it up from a distance. And since the ranger can open the doors fast for the cleric, you can just run away and then keep shooting at from a distance and running away and shooting it from a distance and run into the plague and shoot them from a distance, give them a chase, shoot into the plague, and just keep on, guerrilla warfare on them, basically. And I've seen people do that with some success. So it just depends on what your play style is and which way you want to play, if you want to hinge your gameplay around a cleric. Now, if you don't want to hinge your gameplay around a cleric, then let's talk about some of your other options. So one option is to go all melee. So 2 fighters, or fighter and barbarian, or 2 barbarians. And this is if you think that you're pretty good at the melee combat in this game and you're decent at the game and you want to just run in and just overwhelm them before they realize you're only a 2-man and just take them out. And if you're both really good at fighter and barbarian, then yeah, you can pull it off for a lot of teams. Now, obviously, if the other team is just as good as you are, then you might lose in this scenario just because it's obviously 2v3. So, but if they're not quite as good as you, or if they're not organized, if you catch them off guard and like they're split up or something, then you can easily turn it into a 2v2 real fast and then take them out. Double fighters are really good for the same type of thing compared to the barbarian because they both have bows. So you can pick at them with bows until you get a pick and kill someone or weaken them a lot. And then when they're weak or after you kill someone with the bows, then you just rush in. And if you need heals, you have the self heal, so you can always start the fight basically full HP. And with some potions and bandages and stuff, you can really, pull off some miracles with double fighter. Another good combo, or reasonable combo to try, is a wizard and a barbarian. Now, this is an oddball one. It's going to take a lot more skill than some of the other ones. But the wizard has a haste spell that he can cast on the barbarian. And when you combine that with the barbarian's not rage. Was it rage? The one, I forget the name of the one. I think it was rage. The one that makes him run faster. If you combine those two, the barbarian can be fast as lightning and just run up and start swinging on them. And barbarians do crazy amount of damage if they can actually start swinging on you. So if your barbarian is really good in your duo, it can actually consistently do his damage. You could try running wizard and then boosting his giving him haste to boost his speed and damage, and then just running behind him and start casting fireballs and stuff and trying to support the barbarian who's tanking and distracting them. That strategy can work. The barbarian might end up dying a lot of times, but it definitely could work, and it's something you might want to consider if that sounds like a play style that you want to play as a duo. I'm trying to think if there's any like oddball ones you could do that'd be fun that might be viable. Like double wizard would be like it's not that great, but if you were both really good at wizard, it could be great just because of invisibility and fireball that you could really be obnoxious. And also the one potential with double wizard, if you are going to try it, is if you double hit, like, oh my god, let me actually show you one thing real fast with the wizard. Where's my wizard? I forget the names. All right. Is one thing you could try, and it's kind of a cheese thing with wizard, but damn, could it be crazy, is if you go to your spells, either fireball or chain lightning. You pick one of these two. Chain lightning would probably be the most OP for this. It'd be insane if you had double wizard and you tried to do this and you actually hit your shots. So chain lightning will bounce to 3 other people or 2 other people. So if you hit the team and they're all together, they'll all get hit by chain lightning. If you both cast chain lightning at the same time and you both hit it on the enemy team, you may just kill someone outright. But if you both get intense focus instead of meditation, then you could use 2 chain lightnings and then use intense focus and insta-cast 2 more chain lightnings. And if you manage to hit 3 of those chain lightnings on a full team, you pretty much kill them all instantly. So there's potential for the wizard, but it's high risk, high reward type of scenario because wizard is so vulnerable in so many scenarios. If a rogue pops up on your ranger, starts shooting at you, like ranger counters wizard pretty well. If a rogue pops up on you, that counters the wizard pretty well. Like it depends. If you get ambushed, you're pretty much dead no matter what. So like you can't open doors fast with double wizard. So it's definitely not that great for practically, but it's definitely something to think about because it has potential to be hilarious. So it just depends on what type of play style you want to do. If you just want to go for the cheese strat and see if you can just burst someone suddenly just because it's funny, then yeah, that could definitely be something viable for you to try. All right, that's like the gist of the combos. There's probably some other crazy combo that I've never encountered really before. I have encountered rogue ranger before, but you have to both be really good, especially the rogue, to pull that off. Like the ranger just picking at them, and then once they chase the ranger, the rogue goes for their cleric or something, and then the ranger keeps fighting. But I don't know. I pretty much covered everything in this one that I would consider. So like there might be something else I haven't considered, but hopefully this will give you a better idea of what some of the best duo combos are for you to try out. I've played this for like 200 hours or something now, and that's from my experience what I've encountered to be like the best duo combos. Also, if this video helped you out and you want to return the favor, you could check out this game that I'm making on Steam called Art Gallery Simulator. I'll link it in the description of this video below the first paragraph, and you can just go wishlist it. It doesn't buy it when you wishlist it. It just notifies you when it comes out. I'm going to be releasing this probably in April. I'll probably delay it till April. But it's a game where you get to run art gallery, you get to upgrade, you get second art gallery, and then eventually get an actual art museum where you make money on admissions. You upgrade your shop, you add stands and add art and things like that. It's going to be a really fun game once it's made. So if you want to help me out, just go and wishlist it, and I'd appreciate it a lot. All right, so that's all for this video, guys. That hopefully helped you out. I covered everything I could think of as far as best duo combinations, and hopefully now you know what duo combination is right for you and which one is going to give you the best results for you and how you and your friend play together in Dark and Darker.